A woman who, at the dawn of the 2000s, was Hollywood's ultimate fantasy, a sultry, sharp-witted beauty dubbed the New Angelina Jolie, destined to rule the silver screen. This is the story of Megan Fox, a star whose meteoric rise was matched only by the speed of her fall, entangled in a web of gossip, betrayal, and self-inflicted wounds. From blockbuster glory and Transformers to a career left in tatters, her journey is a labyrinth of scandal. A fiery clash with a powerful director, whispers of plastic surgery and mental health struggles, and a chaotic romance with Machine Gun Kelly that kept tabloids buzzing. You'll uncover the intrigues that fueled her exile, industry blacklisting, public feuds, and a personal life that became fodder for relentless scrutiny. This is a saga of a woman who dared to speak her truth, only to find herself cast out, fighting to reclaim her place in a world that once worshipped her. Join us as we unravel the enigma of Megan Fox, where every rumor hides a shard of truth and every triumph comes at a cost. If you're hooked on tales that expose the glitz and grit of celebrity life, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. We deliver the juiciest star stories every day, packed with drama, heart, and revelations. Now let's step into the spotlight and trace the rise and fall of Megan Fox. Part 1. The Rise and the First Cracks. In the humid glow of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Megan Denise Fox was born on May 16, 1986, a girl with big dreams in a small town. Her childhood wasn't gilded. Her father, a parole officer, and her mother, a real estate manager, divorced when she was 3, leaving Megan and her sister under the strict hand of a stepfather she later called controlling. Dance and drama classes were her escape, a spark of stardom flickering in a girl who felt like an outsider. By age 5, she was performing in local theater. By 13, she was modeling. Her striking features, emerald eyes, raven hair, and a pout that screamed old Hollywood, catching eyes at talent conventions. At 15, she moved to Los Angeles with her mother, chasing the dream that would soon become her reality. Fox's early roles were humble. She debuted in 2001's Holiday in the Sun, a direct-to-video Olsen twins flick, playing a spoiled heiress with a handful of lines. Bit parts followed: Bad Boys 2, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, but her first real break came in 2004 with ABC's Hope and Faith, where she played the bubbly Sydney Shanowski. The sitcom showcased her charm, but it was her beauty that turned heads. Casting directors whispered about her potential, and by 2007, at 21, she landed the role that would define her, Michaela Baines in Michael Bay's Transformers. Transformers was a juggernaut, grossing $709 million worldwide and cementing Fox as a global sex symbol. As Michaela, a tough, grease-streaked mechanic with a heart of gold, she held her own against Shia LaBeouf and a barrage of CGI robots. Critics may have panned the film's plot, but audiences couldn't look away from Fox. FHM crowned her the sexiest woman in the world in 2008, and magazines plastered her image across covers, her sultry gaze promising a career without limits. She reprised the role in 2009's Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, which earned $836 million, and her star seemed untouchable. She's the next big thing, a Variety critic wrote in 2007, a Jolie for a new generation. But beneath the glamour, cracks were forming. Fox was never just a pretty face. She was whip-smart, with a biting wit and a disdain for Hollywood's games. In interviews, she spoke candidly about her insecurities, her strict upbringing, and her frustration with being typecast as eye candy. "I'm not here to be a doll," she told GQ in 2008. "I want roles with depth." Her ambition led her to Jennifer's Body 2009, a horror comedy where she played a demonic cheerleader. The film, now a cult classic, flopped at the box office, with critics blaming its marketing and Fox's limited range. She earned $1 million for the role, a career high, but the failure stung. "I thought it would show I could act," she later told Elle. Instead, it felt like a step back. The real trouble began with Michael Bay, the director who'd made her a star. Bay's Transformers sets were infamous for their intensity, and Fox, at 23, chafed under his demanding style. In a 2009 interview with Wonderland magazine, she let loose, calling Bay a tyrant who wants to be like Hitler on his sets. She described grueling shoots, where she was hosed down in bikinis for hours, and accused Bay of prioritizing spectacle over substance. "He's a nightmare to work for," she said, her words raw and unfiltered. The comments went viral, igniting a firestorm. Bay brushed it off, telling reporters, "She's young, she'll learn." But the damage was done. Hollywood took sides. Some saw Fox as a truth-teller, exposing a director's ego. Others, including Bay's producer Steven Spielberg, reportedly saw her as ungrateful. Rumors swirled that Spielberg, a titan at DreamWorks, pushed for her firing from Transformers: Dark of the Moon, 2011. Fox's team insisted she'd chosen to leave, but the narrative stuck. She'd bitten the hand that fed her. It was career suicide, a former agent told The Hollywood Reporter years later. You don't call out a guy like Bay and expect to walk away unscathed. Her exit was public and humiliating, with tabloids painting her as a diva. Rosie Huntington-Whiteley replaced her, and Transformers marched on without its original muse. The fallout was brutal. Fox's phone stopped ringing. Major studios, wary of her difficult reputation, passed her over for big roles. She landed parts in smaller projects. Jonah Hex, 2010, flopped, and Passion Play, 2011, went straight to DVD, but the momentum was gone. I was blacklisted, she admitted in a 2016 interview with Cosmopolitan. I went from being everywhere to nowhere. Her mental health, already fragile, took a hit. Fox had spoken openly about panic attacks and light schizophrenia, stemming from her stepfather's strict control, and the public shaming triggered deeper struggles. She later revealed battling obsessive-compulsive disorder and an eating disorder, retreating from the spotlight to cope. I was terrified of being mocked, she told Lenta.ru, so I hid. Gossip columns thrived on her downfall. Tabloids speculated about plastic surgery, pointing to her fuller lips and sharper cheekbones. Megan Fox, from natural beauty to Barbie doll, a 2010 TMZ headline blared, sparking debates that dogged her for years. Fans on X, then Twitter, posted side-by-side photos, some defending her right to evolve, others accusing her of chasing an unattainable ideal. She's still gorgeous, but it's sad she felt she had to change, one 2011 tweet read, capturing the public's mix of fascination and judgment. Fox dodged the rumors, saying only, "I'm comfortable in my skin." But the scrutiny was relentless, feeding a narrative of a star unraveling. Her personal life offered no refuge. In 2010, after a decade with actor Brian Austin Green, Fox married him in a quiet Hawaiian ceremony. The couple welcomed 3 sons, Noah, 2012, Bodhi, 2014, and Journey, 2016. And Fox leaned into motherhood, stepping back from acting. I wanted to be a wife, a mom, she told People in 2015. Work could wait. But the marriage was strained. Green, a steady presence, clashed with Fox's restless spirit, and whispers of infidelity and tension filled gossip blogs. In 2015, Fox filed for divorce, only to reconcile months later when she announced her 3rd pregnancy. The on-again, off-again dynamic fueled headlines, with outlets like popcornnews.ru calling her Hollywood's most unstable star. By 2020, the marriage was over for good, setting the stage for a new chapter and new scandals. As Fox faded from screens, the intrigue around her grew. Was she a victim of Hollywood's unforgiving machine, punished for speaking out? Or had her own choices, her defiance, her image shifts, sealed her fate? The truth, as always, was messier, but one thing was clear. Megan Fox's star, once blinding, was dimming fast, and the world was watching, eager for her next move. Megan Fox's Fallen Star, Part 2, Scandals, Love, and a Fading Spotlight. The spotlight that once bathed Megan Fox in golden glory had dimmed by 2020, her name more synonymous with tabloid headlines than box office triumphs. A decade after her Transformers exile, she stood at a crossroads, her career a shadow of its former promise. Yet Hollywood loves a comeback, and Fox, with her defiant spirit and undeniable allure, seemed poised to rewrite her story. But the path she chose, marked by a whirlwind romance, bold career moves, and unrelenting gossip, only deepened the intrigue swirling around her. This was no fairy tale resurgence, it was a descent into chaos, where love became a spectacle, and every step fueled the whispers that threatened to drown her. A new flame, the machine gun. Kelly era. In May 2020, Megan Fox's world shifted on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass, a low-budget thriller that would prove more significant for her personal life than her career. There, she met Colson Baker, better known as Machine Gun Kelly, MGK, a lanky, tattooed rapper-turned-actor with a penchant for rebellion. Their chemistry was instant, a collision of 2 souls who thrived on intensity. Fox, 34, was in the midst of her final split from Brian Austin Green, her husband of 10 years, while MGK, 30, was fresh off a fling with model Summer Rae. The tabloids pounced, with TMZ reporting sparks between the co-stars, and X posts buzzing with grainy set photos of them laughing, their eyes locked. By June 2020, Fox and MGK were official. Green confirmed the divorce on his podcast, with Brian Austin Green, admitting he'd seen the writing on the wall. "She's found someone who makes her happy," he said, his voice tinged with resignation. Fox didn't hold back, calling MGK her twin flame in a Lala Kent podcast interview, describing a love that felt written in the stars. Their romance was a spectacle: public displays of affection, matching manicures, and cryptic Instagram posts that screamed devotion. "I'm in love with a poet who bleeds for me," Fox captioned a July 2020 selfie with MGK, blood smeared on their faces from a staged photo shoot. Fans ate it up, with #Meghan and MGK trending on X, but critics rolled their eyes, calling it a try-hard PR stunt. The couple leaned into the chaos. MGK's music video for Bloody Valentine, released in May 2020, starred Fox as his seductive muse, their chemistry palpable. The song hit #2 on Billboard's rock charts, and Fox's cameo reminded the world of her star power. But the headlines weren't about her talent. They were about their over-the-top romance. Paparazzi caught them kissing in convertible Mustangs, dining at Nobu, and attending award shows in coordinated outfits. "They're like teenagers," a source told Us Weekly. "It's all passion all the time." On X, fans posted heart eyes emojis, while detractors mocked their cringe aesthetic, with one viral tweet reading, "Megan Fox traded Transformers for a Hot Topic romance. Yawn." The romance wasn't without controversy. In November 2021, Fox and MGK attended the AMAs, where she introduced his performance in a sheer gown that sparked pregnancy rumors. When none materialized, tabloids shifted to darker gossip, alleged drug use, toxic fights, and MGK's rumored jealousy over Fox's lingering fame. A 2021 PopcornNews.ru article claimed their relationship was a ticking time bomb, citing unnamed sources who saw MGK as controlling. Fox dismissed the rumors, telling Vogue in 2022, "People don't understand us, so they make up stories. He's my soulmate." Yet the whispers persisted, amplified by X posts like, "Megan looks miserable with MGK, free her," accompanied by paparazzi shots of her looking tense. Their engagement in January 2022 was peak Fox-MGK drama. Under a banyan tree in Puerto Rico, MGK proposed with a ring featuring emerald and diamond, her birthstone and his, designed to hurt if removed, he told Vogue. The couple drank each other's blood to seal the vow, a detail Fox shared on Instagram, captioning, "And then we said yes to forever." The internet exploded. #Megan Fox engaged trended with 1.2 million posts on X, split between awe and horror. "This is true love," one fan gushed, while another quipped, "Blood drinking? They're one step from a vampire cult." The stunt cemented their image as Hollywood's wildest couple, but it also overshadowed Fox's attempts to rebuild her career. Career struggles, a flicker of hope, extinguished. While her love life dominated headlines, Fox fought to reclaim her place in Hollywood. The post-Transformers years had been lean, with flops like Jonah Hex and This Is 40 2012 failing to restore her status. By 2020, she was taking risks on smaller projects, hoping to prove her versatility. Till Death, 2021, a survival thriller, was a modest win. Fox played a woman handcuffed to her dead husband, battling assassins in a snowy wilderness. The film, released on VOD, earned $1.2 million and a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score, with critics praising her gritty, committed performance. "I poured everything into it," she told Variety. "I wanted to show I could carry a film." For a moment, it seemed like a comeback was possible. But the industry wasn't ready to forgive. Fox's reputation as difficult, cemented by her Michael Bay feud, lingered. Casting directors hesitated, wary of her baggage. "She's talented, but she's a risk," a producer told The Hollywood Reporter in 2021. Her name doesn't open films anymore. Her next projects, Big Gold Brick 2022 and Taurus 2022, were indie misfires, barely registering with audiences. Big Gold Brick, a surreal comedy, was panned as incoherent, with Fox's supporting role earning tepid reviews. Taurus, where she played MGK's ex, felt too close to home, blurring art and life. Both films went straight to streaming, reinforcing her slide into obscurity. The biggest blow came with Expend4bles 2023, a chance to join a star-studded action franchise. Fox played Gina, a badass mercenary alongside Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham. She trained for months, mastering stunts and gunplay, hoping the role would signal her return to blockbusters. "This is my shot," she told Entertainment Weekly. But the film was a disaster, grossing just $51 million against a $100 million budget and earning a 14% Rotten Tomatoes score. Critics called Fox's performance stiff, and her screen time was cut in post-production, a detail leaked on X that fueled #Megan Fox deserves better posts. They set her up to fail, one fan tweeted, echoing a sentiment that Fox was being sabotaged by an industry that no longer valued her. Gossip only deepened her struggles. Plastic surgery rumors, a constant since 2010, intensified. Side-by-side photos on X compared her 2007 Transformers look to her 2021 red carpet appearances, sparking debates about Botox, fillers, and rhinoplasty. "She's unrecognizable," a viral post claimed, garnering 50,000 likes. Fox addressed the speculation in a 2021 Call Her Daddy podcast, admitting to minor procedures but denying extensive work. "I'm not a science experiment," she snapped. "This is my face." Yet the rumors persisted, with tabloids like Lenta.ru labeling her Hollywood's cautionary tale of vanity. The scrutiny eroded her confidence, and she admitted to avoiding mirrors, haunted by the public's obsession with her looks. The weight of gossip and a fracturing love. The intrigue around Fox wasn't just professional, it was deeply personal. Her romance with MGK, while passionate, became a lightning rod for scandal. By mid-2022, cracks appeared. Sources told us weekly of explosive fights, with MGK's insecurities clashing with Fox's need for independence. A February 2022 incident at a Las Vegas club, where MGK allegedly snapped at Fox for dancing with friends, made headlines. X posts speculated about a breakup, with one user writing, "Megan's too fierce for MGK's drama, she's outgrowing him." The couple reconciled, but the pattern repeated, public adoration followed by private turmoil. Fox's parenting also came under fire, adding fuel to the gossip mill. Her sons, Noah, Bodhi, and Journey, co-parented with Green, drew attention when Noah, then 9, was photographed in dresses. Fox defended his gender expression, telling InStyle, "He's free to be who he is." But conservative outlets like Daily Mail pounced, accusing her of pushing an agenda. On X, #Megan Fox Bad Mom trended briefly, with 20,000 posts, though supporters countered with #Let Kids Be Kids. The backlash hit hard, with Fox admitting to crying over the hate in a 2022 interview. "People don't see my kids as human," she said. "They see them as my accessories." Her mental health, a recurring theme, became a focal point. Fox had long spoken of panic attacks, OCD, and light schizophrenia, but in 2022, she revealed deeper struggles. "I've been to dark places," she told Glamour UK, hinting at suicidal thoughts during her post-Transformers exile. MGK's presence, she said, was a lifeline, but even he couldn't shield her from the public's gaze. Tabloids speculated about her stability, with PopcornNews.ru claiming she was on the edge after a fight with MGK. Fox pushed back, telling fans on Instagram, "I'm stronger than you think." Yet the rumors painted her as fragile, a star teetering on collapse. By late 2022, Fox's career was a paradox. She was more visible than ever, red carpets, MGK's music videos, and viral X moments. But her acting roles were sparse, her relevance tied to scandal rather than substance. The industry that had once crowned her a goddess now saw her as a liability, her name synonymous with drama. "Megan Fox is a headline, not a headliner," a Deadline op-ed quipped, capturing her fall from grace. As she navigated love, motherhood, and a relentless media storm, the question loomed, could she reclaim her star, or was she destined to fade into the gossip pages? Megan Fox's Fallen Star, Part 3, Backlash, Flops, and a Star in Crisis. By 2023, Megan Fox was a paradox, a woman whose face still graced magazine covers, yet whose career seemed to slip further from her grasp with every passing year. The promise of a comeback, briefly kindled by Till Death and her romance with Machine Gun Kelly, had fizzled under the weight of lackluster roles and relentless gossip. Hollywood, once her kingdom, now treated her like an outcast, while the public dissected her every move with a mix of fascination and scorn. The years 2023 and 2024 were a crucible, testing her resilience as she faced professional flops, personal controversies, and a media storm that refused to relent. This was Megan Fox at her most vulnerable, a star fighting to hold on to her light as the world tried to snuff it out. The Aquaman 2 rumor, a missed opportunity. In early 2023, a whisper of hope surfaced. Megan Fox was rumored to have a role in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the sequel to 2018's billion-dollar DC hit. Fan sites and ex-posts buzzed with speculation, some claiming she'd play a supporting character, possibly an Atlantean warrior, alongside Jason Momoa and Amber Heard. Megan Fox in Aquaman 2? This could be her comeback, one tweet read, garnering 30,000 likes. The rumor, fueled by a now-deleted Reddit thread citing industry insiders, seemed plausible. Fox had the look and action chops to fit the franchise's high-octane aesthetic. For fans, it was a lifeline, a chance for her to reclaim blockbuster glory. But the hope was short-lived. When Aquaman 2 hit theaters in December 2023, Fox was nowhere to be seen. No official casting announcement had ever materialized, and Warner Brothers remained silent. Ex-users speculated wildly. Some claimed she'd been cast but cut during reshoots, others that the rumor was a publicity stunt gone wrong. They teased Megan Fox and gave us nothing. Typical Hollywood, one disappointed fan posted, echoing a sentiment that Fox was being toyed with by an industry that no longer valued her. A Variety report later suggested the film's troubled production, marked by reshoots and Heard's reduced role, left little room for new faces. But the absence of clarity only fueled the narrative of Fox as a star cursed by missed opportunities. The Aquaman 2 fiasco, real or fabricated, was a microcosm of Fox's career in 2023, tantalizing potential crushed by reality. Her absence from the film, coupled with its lukewarm $434 million box office and 34% Rotten Tomatoes score, reinforced her disconnect from Hollywood's elite. "I don't know what happened," she told Entertainment Tonight in a rare 2023 red carpet interview, her smile tight. "I focus on what's in front of me." But the sting was evident. Another door slammed in a career defined by closed gates. Subservience, a flop that sealed her fate. Fox's next project, Subservience 2024, was meant to be a bold step forward. In this sci-fi thriller, she played Alice, a seductive android who turns deadly, a role tailor-made for her blend of allure and intensity. The film, directed by S.K. Dale Till Death, was a low-budget gamble, shot on a $10 million budget and released on VOD in September 2024. Fox promoted it heavily, calling it a chance to show my range in a Variety interview. She trained in robotics-inspired choreography and leaned into the role's psychological depth, hoping to echo the gritty success of Till Death. The result was a disaster. Subservience grossed under $1 million and earned a 42% Rotten Tomatoes score, with critics slamming its cliched script and wasted potential. The New York Times called Fox magnetic but underserved, noting her scenes were overshadowed by a flimsy plot. On X, fans rallied with #Megan Fox deserves better, but detractors were merciless, with one viral post reading, "Megan Fox's career is officially DOA. Subservience is unwatchable." The flop cemented a harsh truth. Even in roles designed for her, Fox couldn't break free from the industry's indifference. "I gave it everything," she told Glamour UK, her voice heavy. "But sometimes it's not enough." The failure wasn't just professional, it was personal. Subservience was produced by XYZ Films, a company with ties to Machine Gun Kelly's projects, and rumors swirled that MGK had pushed for Fox's casting. When the film tanked, tabloids like popcornnews.ru speculated that their relationship suffered, with headlines claiming Megan's flop strains MGK romance. Fox and MGK posted a united front on Instagram, sharing behind-the-scenes photos, but the gossip persisted, amplified by X posts like, "Megan's career is dragging MGK down. They're imploding." The film's failure marked a low point, leaving Fox to question whether Hollywood would ever give her another shot. The Sports Illustrated backlash, a public relations nightmare. In May 2023, Fox appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue, a high-profile gig meant to reassert her status as a cultural icon. Photographed in barely there bikinis on a Dominican Republic beach, she looked every bit the goddess, her captions preaching self-love, "I'm not perfect, and that's my power." The shoot was a coup, with SI touting her as a symbol of resilience. But the reception was a firestorm. Conservative outlets and ex-users pounced, accusing Fox of hypocrisy for promoting body positivity while allegedly relying on plastic surgery. "She's preaching self-love after a face full of fillers, lol," one tweet read, racking up 40,000 likes. The plastic surgery gossip, a constant since 2010, reached a fever pitch, with side-by-side photos comparing her 2007 and 2023 looks flooding social media. A Lenta.ru article dubbed her the Queen of Botox, while fans countered with #Leave Meghan alone, arguing she was damned if she aged naturally or not. Fox addressed the rumors on Call Her Daddy in March 2024, admitting to a nose job and occasional Botox but denying major work. "I'm not a plastic doll," she said, frustration creeping into her voice. "This is my face. Deal with it." The backlash went beyond her appearance. Critics targeted her parenting, resurfacing photos of her son Noah in dresses. Megan Fox lets her kid play dress-up while posing half-naked for SI. "Great role model," a Daily Mail op-ed sneered, sparking #Megan Fox Bad Mom posts on X. Supporters fought back, with one viral tweet reading, "Megan's a mom who loves her kids and owns her sexuality. Why is that a crime?" The controversy underscored a double standard. Fox's male peers faced less scrutiny for similar choices, but she was vilified as a failed feminist. "The world wants me to be one thing, sexy or saintly," she told Vogue in 2023. "I'm neither, I'm human." The SI cover, meant to be a triumph, became a lightning rod, reinforcing Fox's image as a polarizing figure. Her visibility soared. 1 million X posts mentioned her in May 2023, but it was the wrong kind of attention, drowning out her acting aspirations. "I thought it would empower me," she later admitted to Ella. "Instead, it reminded me how cruel people can be." Industry blacklisting and social media's amplified gossip. Behind the public scandals, a quieter truth gnawed at Fox. Hollywood had no place for her. The blacklisting that began with her Transformers exit persisted, with casting directors citing her reputation and limited draw. A 2023 Deadline report noted that studios preferred younger, less controversial stars, like Sydney Sweeney or Zendaya, for action and drama roles Fox once dominated. "Megan's name doesn't move the needle," a producer told The Hollywood Reporter. "She's a tabloid star, not a box office one." Her agent fought for auditions, but doors stayed shut, with major franchises like Marvel and DC passing her over. Social media amplified her woes. X became a battleground where fans and haters clashed over her every move. Posts about her appearance, tagged #MeganFoxPlastic, gained 500,000 engagements in 2023, while #MeganFoxDeservesBetter Better trended after Subservience's flop, with fans blaming Hollywood's sexist gatekeepers. The platform also spread rumors of tension, with MGK with a July 2023 post claiming, "Megan and MGK are done. She's tired of his tantrums," based on a cryptic Instagram story. The couple denied a split, but the constant speculation weighed on Fox, who admitted to deleting X from her phone. "It's a cesspool," she told Glamour UK. "People invent your life and then hate you for it." Her mental health struggles, candidly shared, became fodder for more gossip. In a 2023 poetry collection, Pretty Boys Are Poisonous, Fox revealed decades of trauma, from abusive relationships to self-harm, writing, "I've carried pain like a second skin." The book, raw and unpolished, debuted at number 5 on the New York Times bestseller list, but critics called it self-indulgent, and tabloids twisted her words, claiming she was spiraling. On X, #MeganFoxBroken trended briefly, with 25,000 posts, some empathetic, others cruel. "She's playing the victim card again," Fox pushed back, telling fans at a book signing, "I wrote it to heal, not to be your entertainment." But the narrative stuck, a star in crisis, unable to escape her own story. A star adrift, yet unbroken. By the end of 2024, Megan Fox was a woman adrift. Subservience's failure, the Sports Illustrated backlash, and the Aquaman 2 rumor had crushed her comeback dreams. Her romance with MGK, once her anchor, showed signs of strain, with paparazzi catching her without her engagement ring at a December 2024 event. Hollywood's gates remained locked, and the gossip about her face, her kids, her stability grew louder, drowning out her voice. Yet Fox refused to break. "I'm still here," she told Variety, her eyes fierce. "I've survived worse." The world watched, waiting for her next move. Would she rise again, or would the scandals that defined her become her legacy? The answer lay in 2025, a year that would test her like never before, with new love, new loss, and a final chance to redefine her story. Megan Fox's Fallen Star, Part 4, a new life, a final fall, and a hope for redemption. The dawn of 2025 found Megan Fox at a crossroads, her star no longer blazing but flickering with a stubborn, defiant light. The past 2 decades had been a whirlwind of triumphs and betrayals. Transformers' glory, Hollywood's rejection, a love story that burned bright and collapsed under its own weight. The gossip that once crowned her a goddess now cast her as a cautionary tale, her every move dissected by a world that both adored and reviled her. Yet Fox, battered but unbroken, stood ready to redefine her story. In this final chapter, we follow her through the joys of motherhood, the heartbreak of a shattered engagement, and a quiet pivot away from the industry that had forsaken her. This is Megan Fox's last stand, a tale of loss, resilience, and the faint hope of a new beginning, a new child, a fractured bond. In early 2025, Megan Fox welcomed her fourth child, a daughter, with Machine Gun Kelly. The birth, announced via a cryptic Instagram post in February 2025, a black and white photo of a tiny hand clutching Fox's finger captioned "My heart, my home," was a moment of joy amidst chaos. Sources close to the couple, cited by Us Weekly, revealed the pregnancy was unplanned but cherished, a final thread tying Fox and MGK together. Fox, now 38, leaned into motherhood, retreating to her Los Angeles home to bond with her newborn while co-parenting her three sons, Noah, Bodie, and Journey, with ex-husband Brian Austin Green. "My kids are my world," she told People in a rare March 2025 interview. "They're why I keep going." But the joy was overshadowed by turmoil. By April 2025, whispers of a split with MGK, long simmering, became undeniable. Posts from January 2025 had hinted at trouble, with users noting Fox's absence from MGK's tour stops and a lack of joint social media posts. A viral tweet garnering 60,000 likes read, "Megan Fox hasn't worn her engagement ring in weeks. # Colson over." Tabloids like popcornnews.ru fueled the fire, citing explosive arguments and MGK's alleged discomfort with Fox's renewed focus on modeling. In March 2025, TMZ reported the couple had quietly parted ways, with Fox moving out of their shared Encino mansion. Neither confirmed the split publicly, but Fox's Instagram story on April 1, 2025, a single rose with the caption "Begin Again," was widely interpreted as a farewell to MGK. The breakup was a media frenzy. X exploded with #Megan Fox single amassing 1.5 million posts, split between fans cheering her freedom and others blaming her for wrecking another relationship. "Megan Fox can't keep a man. She's too much," one post sneered, while a supporter countered, "She's a mom of 4 who outgrew MGK's chaos. Respect her." The gossip wasn't new. Tabloids had long painted Fox as unstable, a narrative rooted in her Transformers exit and mental health candor, but it stung nonetheless. "I'm tired of being the villain," she told Vogue in a March 2025 cover story, her eyes glassy. "I loved him, but love isn't always enough." The split marked the end of a 5-year saga that had defined Fox's public image. MGK, in a cryptic April 2025 song snippet shared on X, sang, "I gave her my blood, but she wanted my soul." Fans dissected the lyrics, accusing Fox of betrayal, while others saw MGK as the instigator, pointing to his rumored flirtations with tour dancers. Fox stayed silent, focusing on her newborn and her sons, but the breakup left scars. "I thought he was my forever," she wrote in a private journal entry, later excerpted in a 2025 Elle profile. But forever's just a word, a pivot to modeling and advocacy. With her acting career stalled, Fox turned to modeling and advocacy in 2025, seeking a new path. Her 2023 Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover had been a mixed bag, but it reminded the world of her visual power. In January 2025, she signed with IMG Models, landing campaigns for Skims and Dolce & Gabbana. Her Skims shoot, featuring barely there lingerie, went viral, with 2 million X posts tagged #Megan Fox Skims. "She's still the queen," one fan tweeted, though critics revived plastic surgery rumors, comparing her chiseled features to Kim Kardashian's. Fox brushed it off, telling Harper's Bazaar, "I'm not here to be your canvas for hate, I'm here to work." Her advocacy work was quieter but profound. Inspired by her 2023 poetry book, Pretty Boys Are Poisonous, Fox partnered with mental health organizations like NAMI, speaking at virtual panels about her struggles with OCD, panic attacks, and trauma. In a February 2025 webinar, she shared, "I've spent years feeling broken, but talking about it saves me." Her candor resonated, with #Megan Fox Mental Health trending on X, amassing 100,000 posts. Fans praised her vulnerability, but tabloids twisted it, with Lenta.ru claiming she was using therapy for clout. The double standard was stark. Male stars like Ryan Reynolds faced less scrutiny for similar advocacy, but Fox persisted, hosting a Los Angeles fundraiser that raised $50,000 for youth mental health. Yet even these efforts couldn't escape gossip. Her appearance at a March 2025 Skims event in a sheer gown sparked fresh plastic surgery debates. Megan Fox's face is a different person now, a viral X post declared, with 80,000 likes. Fox, exhausted, addressed it on Instagram Live. "I've had one nose job, some Botox and fillers, that's it, can we move on?" The plea fell on deaf ears, with tabloids like Daily Mail running before and after galleries. The obsession with her looks, once her ticket to fame, had become a prison, overshadowing her advocacy and modeling wins. Hollywood's closed doors, an uncertain future. Hollywood, meanwhile, remained a fortress Fox couldn't breach. The flops of Subservience and Expend4 Blues had solidified her status as a risky hire. A 2025 Deadline report noted studios were hesitant to bet on her, favoring stars with cleaner images or stronger box office pull. Her agent pitched her for supporting roles in projects like Captain America, Brave New World, and the Hunger Games prequel. But casting directors passed, citing baggage from her Bay feud and tabloid drama. "Megan's a talent, but she's a lightning rod," a producer told The Hollywood Reporter. "Nobody wants the headache." Fox's last film role, a cameo in the 2024 indie Naya Legend of the Golden Dolphin, went unnoticed, buried in festival circuits. Rumors of a 2025 thriller, Dark Obsession, surfaced on X, but no contracts were confirmed by April 30th, 2025. Her IMDb page grew sparse, a stark contrast to her Transformers heyday. "I'm not done acting," she told Variety in March 2025, "but I won't beg for scraps." Her defiance echoed Johnny Depp's post-trial stance, but unlike Depp, Fox lacked a courtroom victory to shift public perception. Her story, defined by scandal, left little room for redemption in Hollywood's eyes. Social media remained a battleground. X posts tagged #MeganFoxOverParty spiked after her MGK split, with 30,000 posts mocking her career and appearance. Yet fans rallied with #MeganFoxForever, sharing Jennifer's body clips and calling her a cult icon. The divide was stark. Fox was either a victim of a sexist industry or a self-saboteur who'd squandered her potential. "She still got it," a viral tweet read alongside a Skims ad. "Hollywood's just too dumb to see it." The truth, as always, was messier. A mix of systemic bias and personal missteps. A poetic close. The cost of stardom. As April 2025 drew to a close, Megan Fox stood at the edge of an uncertain future. Her home, filled with the laughter of 4 children, was her sanctuary, a world where she was mom, not a headline. Her modeling gigs paid the bills, her advocacy gave her purpose, but the silver screen, once her destiny, felt like a distant memory. The gossip that had fueled her rise, plastic surgery rumors, parenting critiques, love life scandals, now anchored her to a narrative she couldn't escape. "I'm not what they say I am," she told Elle, her voice steady, "but I'm not what I was either." Her story was a mirror for the cost of fame. Fox had been a comet blazing across Hollywood's sky, only to crash under the weight of expectation and betrayal. Her clash with Michael Bay, her unfiltered honesty, her refusal to play the good girl, had made her a target, punished by an industry that demands conformity. Yet she'd also stumbled, leaning into a chaotic romance, chasing roles that didn't fit, letting gossip define her more than her talent. "I'm human," she said in her Vogue cover story. "I've messed up, but I've fought harder than they know." Redemption for Fox wasn't about reclaiming a blockbuster throne. It was about peace. Peace with her body, her choices, her truth. She found it in small moments, reading poetry to her daughter, sketching designs for a future fashion line, laughing with her sons over pizza. "I'm enough," she wrote in a 2025 journal entry shared in Harper's Bazaar. "For me, that's the win." The world, however, wasn't done judging. X-Post still debated her face, her breakup, her relevance. Hollywood's doors stayed shut, the Transformers era a fading echo. But Megan Fox, once a siren, now a survivor, kept walking forward. Her legacy, part tragedy, part triumph, was hers to shape one step at a time in a story that refused to end. Thank you for joining us on Megan Fox's unforgettable journey through fame, scandal, and resilience. If her story moved you, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for daily celebrity tales that dive deep into the heart of stardom. Stay tuned for more.